Okay, let's talk about the Indonesian culinary sphere here.
Oh, are we talking about that now?
Yeah.
Let's go. I love food.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
That's why you're gonna love this next question. So, and when we talk about Indonesian food, Ralphie, what are like some of like 3 or 5 even off the top of your head?
Top of my head?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to number 1 all the way from Yogyakarta.
Okay.
I love the gudeg.
Gudeg, okay, and
I
then?
love a nasi uduk.
Nasi uduk, okay, all
Nasi
right.
liwet, all
Nasi
kinds of
liwet.
rices. I love
Okay,
it.
nasi Bali.
Nasi Bali.
And from Sumatra, what is the
from
most famous?
Sumatera, the Padang.
Yes,
You
exactly.
can't forget Padang food.
Exactly.
Padang cuisine is always the best.
Like rendang is one of the best foods in the world, apparently.
Exactly.
But
I love rendang.
as
But
Indonesians, it's kind of embarrassing that those are the kind of food that we know. When there's actually a lot more exotic foods that are actually endangered at the moment or in danger of extinction. And that is why today we're going to talk to our wonderful 2 guests to talk about their 2 years journey. Their 2 years journey going all over Indonesia, trying to figure out what are the recipes that are possibly going extinct. Let's stop this from happening and let's promote it to the rest of Indonesia and also to the rest of the world, right? Would you like to introduce our guest for this morning?
But of course, gladly. So welcoming to the studio is Chef Ragil Imam. We bow along his beautiful wife, Meilati Murniani. Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for
When the
having us.
producer briefed us about this, I was like, wow, there's a lot of food that's gonna be extinct.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, but you know, the adventure of 2 years, what were your findings? Tell us about the foods that at least Ralphie and I don't know.
Okay,
Well, we have 2 weeks time, right?
Right.
well, that means there's a lot of
How
that
many?
people doesn't know.
How many
that is a lot.
thousands or hundreds of recipes have you found in your 2-year trip?
Well, so far we have over 500, and it's
Okay.
not the typical recipes that you find in
Yes.
Google.
Yes.
So basically, this is something even us we just found out during
it's
the
new for you too.
Yes,
Yeah,
during the journey. So
What are these recipes? Just probably mention 3.
Well, I
Out
will
of
mention
500.
the very simple one.
Yes.
It's called it's also one of my favorite food.
Yes.
It's from Papua.
Okay.
It's called Nurhasori.
Nurhasori
Yeah.
from Papua. Okay,
Yeah.
what
I like
is that?
Nurhasori is actually it's very simple. It's very good. It's very nice. It's only the clams from the mangrove,
Right.
and it's they add a mix of the fresh grated coconut and a fresh sagu flour. And then they just mix it, put inside the clams, then close it, then put in the open fire.
My mouth is watering literally. Nurhasori.
Nurhasori.
That's from Papua. What about you, Mami?
it's not salted. So basically, it's only 3 ingredients. I think that's in Papua we found simple recipes,
Simple dishes, yeah.
but tastes very good.
What about your favorite?
My favorite, actually, I love all the spices,
Yes.
spicy food. So it's everything that is in like in Bali or in Sulawesi. I kind of love it because mixing spicy and sour, fresh from lime, or that is my favorite. Like we have so many sambals all over Indonesia. I think we found over 40 sambals.
40 sambal.
40 sambals
Wow.
around Indonesia, almost 50. And
Not the regular one.
Not the
Yeah.
regular
What
one.
is not regular when it comes to sambal? Because we have sambal bajak, sambal
Yeah, we have
goreng.
blood
sambal
sambal.
bawang.
What?
Blood sambal. yeah.
Blood?
Yes.
Okay.
Mami.
Is it from an animal's blood?
Yes.
Oh.
Tell us, what is this
In
blood
certain-
sambal?
Yeah, in certain region we still have some region in Indonesia still consume blood as their what we call is for
Protein?
umami flavor.
Oh.
Umami flavor.
And also in old technique of cooking, we use a blood as a thickening agent for the sauce. So actually blood is a
common
it's a common
ingredient,
thing.
surprisingly.
Ingredients.
Which part of
Wow.
Indonesia is most common that still uses blood for?
In North Sumatra still using
North
it.
Sumatra.
And also East Nusa
Even in
Tenggara.
Java they still use
Yeah, East Nusa Tenggara also have.
To create that umami taste. Because in
Yeah.
Japan they have a different technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here in Indonesia we use blood. How did you? Okay, I mean, it's like we cannot discuss 500 of the exotic recipes.
As much as we love to,
As much as we love to, that would take us a whole year
Yeah.
to
we
discuss
will have
one
a
by
series
one.
of this.
Exactly, but we're very interested how you both, your husband and wife, both, you're a chef, you're a gastronomist, both gastronomists, and you decided to, okay, honey, why don't we just go travel all over our beautiful country and, like go into this project full on? I mean, how did it come about?
Well, actually, it's a simple reason behind it. Because before I have a lot of TV show who's doing around Indonesia.
I see.
And my favorite things to go to around Indonesia is go to the traditional market.
Okay.
So when I went to the traditional market, I see a lot of ingredients that even myself, who really crazy about the ingredients of the world, doesn't know about the ingredients of Indonesia.
Mention one.
It's too much. Yeah.
Even vegetables,
It's just,
the one that we found in Java is different than the one we found
in Sumatra.
Yeah, in Sumatra or East Indonesia. So, yeah, I think, and also because chef usually invited by local government to, like show or as a cooking jury.
Yeah.
So we took the opportunity to also do some research. I think it was way back in 2012, starting,
It's been 12 years then.
Yeah, but the one that we under the U.S. Embassy grant is for 2 years trip.
2 years.
2 years
Yeah,
trip.
for the last 2 years.
For the last 2 years,
Yeah,
you've been around Indonesia.
Yes, it was very structured and then
Oh,
very
nice.
structured research.
Yeah.
Of course, we have definitely a book coming, and also we
Not
have
only a book, I heard 4 books, Mom.
yes.
Tell us about the books. All your research for 2 years translated into 4 books, people.
Yeah.
And a few video of the
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, basically, before we were so naive, we are thinking about developing the book based on province, and then we realized that our culture cannot be based on province. So later we decided to change it, and then now we have 4 books. The first one is History and Culture of Indonesian Food, and then the second one is only about ingredients: blood, worms, insects, flowers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fermentation.
Keep coming, okay,
Yeah,
wow.
I know. We have so many. And then the third one is Indonesian traditional kitchen and cooking tools and cooking technique. And the fourth one is the recipe.
And how many recipes was that? 500?
Yeah.
The 500.
500 recipes.
Well, actually, maybe 500 is only a few % of Indonesian recipe.
I thought that's the whole Indonesia.
No.
We
It's
have-
going to be thousands.
Yeah.
But we have to choose which one is. We have to
Highlight the most.
highlight most at the first time.
And basically, this is from the findings of our research in this Pusaka Rasa Nusantara. This is the project's name. So basically, the book will be under that name, Pusaka Rasa Nusantara, and the recipe, basically the one that we document within the ibu-ibu's kitchen all over Indonesia.
Yes. Do you have any memorable stories from going into the Ibu-Ibu's kitchen? It's
There must be a
Ibu-Ibu's
lot of
the ladies of the
Ladies,
Indonesian
yeah.
ladies
Ladies,
all over
yeah.
Indonesia.
Basically, I think the most interesting is it's so heartwarming because we just realized how warm all the ladies in all over Indonesia, and they're so welcome everyone to sort of like. Actually, they're very happy because nowadays the younger generation, they don't really appreciate the traditional food. So when someone coming to their house and then asking and listening to their stories and actually taste and get excited of their cook, they're so happy.
And it's history. I mean, it's like, I think what you guys are doing is basically also preserving our history, preserving our culture. Because as you said about me, nowadays the young generation is exposed to global culture, which is in a way can be a good thing as well, but it will also be better if we also maintain to hold on to our own culture.
Yes.
So we can be citizens of the world, but also still very much Indonesian.
Yes,
that we're proud
that
of.
is, that
That's
is
true.
exactly.
Yeah.
One of
That is
them is through
exactly.
culinary.
Yes, of course.
course, huh?
Through the stomach is one of the easiest ways.
The most important thing.
Exactly.
That's why I think food diplomacy is the best diplomacy
Yes.
because people are so weak about food.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
also tend to weak
Yeah.
when we're talking about food. You know,
Yeah.
everyone loves to eat.
Exactly. Everyone loves it. Even when you don't speak the same language, we can
Yeah.
like,
Just give it a
Yes, yes.
So during your 2 years trip and findings, what was the biggest challenges that you had? Maybe going into remote areas, any other challenges?
Yeah, definitely. That's the one. And then I think the first one is to find the person who still keeps the recipes.
how did you find them?
I think
By
through-
asking?
Yes,
By asking.
exactly.
Oh, very traditional.
Yes. Asking from one
Sorry.
person to another person.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like especially, I think we work. I think after the project,
Yeah.
we have so many contacts, especially grassroots people, because we asking from one person to another person, and actually it started like 2 weeks or even a month before each trip. So we ask person, and then he forward or she forward to another person, and then it keeps going on.
Oh, that's
like I
how-
have this grandmas, and she knows how to cook this, and I was like, what is that?
Now that's called networking.
Yes.
Now that's called
networking.
traditional networking.
You know,
true,
where
it's
is the
true.
best networking in
Exactly.
every region?
Yeah.
In the market.
In the
In the
traditional
market.
In the market.
That's where you
traditional
meet
market.
people. That's
Yes.
where you
You
meet.
ask.
Oh.
And the funny thing, sometimes the people who sell the ingredients, all the items, doesn't know how to cook it.
Yeah.
The ibu-ibu who bought that things
Yeah.
knows how to cook it.
Oh, so basically you would just be observing, and then you would
Yes.
see some ladies coming
Yeah,
in
and then
talking about ingredient,
asking.
and then it's like, excuse me, madam, what is that ingredient?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with
Yeah,
it?
and who can
So
cook that?
sweet.
And
And then
sometimes.
and then you ask, can I follow you to your
Yes,
humble
yes,
home?
yes.
and
Exactly.
see you cook?
Sometimes,
Some places that we don't have
we do
any,
that.
sauce.
Sometimes we actually
that's funny.
already have an engagement.
Okay.
And the funny thing is when we check their, where they live,
Yeah.
it's like way remote.
Oh.
So that's not coming another challenge, which is
Right.
actually in Indonesia it's very challenging
It is.
for transportation and then to go remote.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's really interesting though. Where you find a culture is actually in the market.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
If you
true.
want to find the culture in a region, so the market is the first place that you go to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
Because since I was a kid, I love the traditional market.
Well,
That's
that
why
is
I always
why.
looking for some traditional market wherever I go.
That is so sweet. That's why you're a chef right now. I mean, you're living your passion, and you too, Mbame. It's so wonderful. So you both mentioned earlier that okay, the ones that are included in the recipe book is only 500. Yes, I'm using it's only, by
Yeah.
the way. That's how rich the recipes are in Indonesia. Does this mean that this project will continue? Does this mean that there is going to be recipe book 2, recipe book 3 to include more 500 recipes, or what?
Yes, hopefully yes.
Right.
We're still looking for what we call is maybe not 1, 2, 3, but we will update every time that we find.
I think everything every time we found a new recipe, we will definitely update this.
Yeah.
But the project will be end in April,
Okay.
so we have a homework that actually we promise.
Oh, deadlines,
deadline. We
deadline.
promise that there should be a book,
Yes.
and this book will go into Indonesian cooking school.
Oh.
Because I think why we choose that instead of other institution is because we believe that Indonesian chef is graduate as a Western chef.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, le cordon bleu.
Lack of
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and lack of Indonesian knowledge about. But luckily, I think we heard that from our also friends that some schools actually start to put in Indonesian gastronomy subject.
Good.
No, it's starting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
starting,
starting.
and we're so happy.
Well, that's a good
Okay.
start.
Yeah.
You mentioned cooking schools. Oh my gosh. It's like, do we have cooking schools? I know, such
Yes.
a layman question. We
Yeah.
do?
We do.
Yeah, we call it in government side, it's called the Poltek Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Poltek Park.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, like
a
hospital,
polytechnic
yeah.
for pariwisata.
Hospitality.
Hospitality.
Yeah,
Oh,
hospitality.
yeah, makes sense.
It's usually fall under hospitality school.
Yes.
Under
Yes.
the Minister of Tourism.
Oh yeah, exactly. I've known some
I
of
think
my
it should.
friends.
I think it should spread to more educational institutions.
Yeah.
Because I went to a vocational school as well. I took tourism, but I don't remember
Learning.
learning about cooking. It should be in the curriculum.
Yes, it should be.
Yeah.
We hope this is a good start.
Yes.
It is.
Whatever that we have
Yes.
from
So the books
findings.
will be released in April.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
right. All 4 books.
All 4
Yeah.
books.
Or for books in April?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So-
Exciting. Where can we access the books? In bookstores or?
After
Yeah.
we will share like a road trip to the school and explaining about the
Yeah, for the first 100
the
book.
findings for the first book that's coming from the project. But later on we will open for public
Okay.
for the access. So we will.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna
Yeah.
snatch that recipe book. I can tell you that.
Cook at home?
Of course. It's like I'm so embarrassed right now that I haven't been trying to cook more Indonesian
Yeah.
food. Like
It's
probably
so healthy.
It is.
is.
It's plant-based.
It
Oh,
is
a lot of
mostly
them are
plant-based.
plant-based.
A lot of the plant-based
Yeah.
ingredients.
There you go. For you vegetarians and vegans
Yes.
out there, check out this recipe book that will be released in
In
April.
April.
The name is
Saka
Pusaka.
Rasa Nusantara.
Pusaka Rasa Nusantara. Note it down. Thank you so much, Chef Ragil, and also
Thank you.
Lovely
Thank you
for sharing.
for having us.
Thank you so much.
And hopefully it'll have a huge impact
Thank you,
in
thank
Indonesia's
you.
culinary.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
Amen to that. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll bring you more update, more exciting stuff on this show.